Welcome back, kiddies. It's story time. Imagine this, an ordinary piece of aluminum foil with a dream. A dream to be part of something bigger, an aluminum electrolytic capacitor. But how does a small town kid get there? I'm going to show you. We open on the tiny hamlet of Foil Town. And there we meet our hero, Anode Foil. He's a good kid, very positive foil, and he's highly pure, up to 99.9% pure. His parents are proud. But for every hero, there's gotta be a villain. And in this case, it's Anode's brother, Cathode. It's not that they don't work well together, but Cathode's kind of a bad boy. He's a negative foil, and not nearly as pure as his brother. As they say though, family's family, and Anode and Cathode are gunning for the same job. Something much bigger and better than getting wrapped around leftovers. Being part of a Nichicon capacitor is the best job a piece of foil can get. Before they know it, the guys are packed up and headed to the warehouse of the best capacitor supplier in the world. Anode and Cathode can feel it, the heartbeat of the city, the pulse of the people. But fun and games aren't in the cards for these boys, at least not yet. It's training time. Every star needs a beauty regimen. So right away, Anode and Cathode get treated to chemical bath after chemical bath. It's better than it sounds. Each bath has a DC voltage along with a large current. Why all the baths? Well, frankly, as cool as Cathode is, his surface area is so-so. Anode's surface area needs work too, just not as much. That's why you hit the books early and often, kids. Luckily for them, these baths can increase their surface area up to 200 times. In the biz, they call this etching. Anybody who's anybody gets it done. Whether they know it or not, these guys have already hit it big in the capacitance department. Side note, capacitance is the ability to store an electrical charge. That means they're well on their way to fulfilling their dream of becoming a great capacitor. But wait, a twist in the plot. It turns out that capacitance alone does not a capacitor make. Cathode feels cheated out of his hard work's reward.
Now look what you done. Why didn't you tell me it wasn't just about electric charge? We could have hit it big.
Anode feels his big city dream slipping away. He thinks about his future, what might have been. A home and a flat screen, perhaps? Suddenly, someone catches his eye. She's a dielectric, by the looks of it, though he's only read of such women in books.
You boys look like you need a hand making it to the big time. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am. I'm Anode, and this is my brother, Cathode.
Charmed, I'm sure. Aluminum oxide's the name. Listen, fellas, you're never gonna be a capacitor if you try to work side by side. You need a partner. I'm talking oxide formation, kids.
She tells our hero and anti-hero that an insulating material like herself, combined with a positive and negative foil, make a dynamite act. Aluminum oxide has to partner with Anode, though, or the whole thing's a bust.
That's the only way it'll work. Just a few more electrochemical treatments and we're in business.
And so, before long, our hero, Anode, and his new gal make the rounds. Anode isn't sure about aluminum oxide at first, but soon she grows on him. Cathode gets his own oxide layer too, but it's thinner. You get what you get. The gang makes their way to the warehouse, all smiles, when suddenly they're stopped by a stranger.
And a hidey-ho to you, kids. Can I interest you in some electrolyte, perhaps? Came all the way from Japan yesterday. Ethylene glycol? Maybe a little gamma-butyrolactone? Something for the lady?
No thank you, just the same. We've got a bus to catch.
Not looking to become capacitors, are we? Huh, swell. Ain't this a stroke of luck? I've been looking for a group like you.
Say, pal, the lady said we got a bus to catch. How's about you just scram?
Easy, easy. Get with it, buddy boy. A couple of foils in a dame ain't gonna cut the mustard out there. You need a guy like me. Separator paper's the name.
Nobody likes a snob, but the spiffy, smooth-talking separator paper explains to these wide-eyed kids that he's no stooge. Without him, that all-important electrolyte, whether EG or GBL, would drain out, and that gets you nothing but a useless capacitor. Plus, a low-resistance paper like him grants a capacitor a lower ESR. The man is clearly a gold mine.
As I was saying, a little ethylene glycol or a little gamma butyrolactone, that's my specialty. You just pick the one you want, and we're in business. Capacitor City, here we come.
Boy, oh boy, we're really doing it, gang. Dreams really do come true.
And so, our positive foil, negative foil, aluminum oxide layers, separator paper, and electrolyte board the bus to opportunity, to the land of increased voltage and high ripple currents. They've fought, they've bathed, but they're destined for greatness. Because, kids, great aluminum electrolytic capacitors aren't born, they're made. And that's the end of our story. See you next time.